Risk. Something you'll have to eventually do in your life numerous amount of times. And what we don't realize is you take small risks every single day. Even going into a car is probably one of the most common risks everyone would take. And yet sometimes while driving, you feel like you're in autopilot mode. It starts to feel less real. Once you get too comfortable, like there's no consequences. Should you live life taking as many risks and ignoring the consequences? There are some risks that have consequences that really aren't consequences. Like rejection. It isn't something that impacts you negatively, besides maybe a little ego death. So why is it so common to be scared of rejection? Scared to take that risk, you'll never truly know what you're capable of until you take on that risk. And this can be applied anywhere. There's a saying that says scared money doesn't make any money. Businesses and ideas all take risks, and sometimes you'll never know how great your ideas can be until you fully invest in them. I think everyone is capable of going far with many ideas they come up with. The problem is finding that audience, and that's where the hard work comes in. You have to stay consistent and promote your idea. Make sure it reaches that specific audience, and try out new things to reach that audience. Many will let a lot of potential go down the drain because they are scared to take that risk. One of the best quotes I've ever heard is, "What if it can turn out better than you can imagine?" It's almost just a shift in thinking. We always love to assume the worst when we take these risks, and we focus too much on the consequences. And sometimes the positives can really outweigh the bad. The pros outweigh the cons, and that's really all you have to figure out. Some things are as risky as you make them out to be. Sometimes you put too much emphasis on the negative, and that's all you'll see. Your perception is essentially your reality. But that's a topic for another day. Everything in life is essentially a risk. I talked about in my last video how love itself is a risk, and how you should outweigh the pros and cons to see if it's really worth it. Worth the risk of heartbreak. But take that risk onto yourself. Better take the risk on that business idea, and take that risk on your dreams and goals. And never set your bar any lower. No one that is successful had their bar set lower. And remember that all it really takes is consistency and stepping out your comfort zone. I'll repeat that again. No one that is successful had their bar set lower. Remember that. And if you don't believe that you are going to be successful, you really won't be successful. I heard once that you have to be cocky to be successful. How else are you going to get successful if you don't highly believe in yourself? Remember, you have to step out your comfort zone, and it takes a lot of consistency. You have to think you are the best to be the best. And it's really that simple. Take that risk and bet on yourself. Life is too short not to take that risk. You only got so much time. Might as well start now. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a great day.